Schöne Leute, thanks for joining me. Welcome back to my channel. As promised, I'm going to be doing a review today on 90 Day Fiance the other way. No, sorry, 90 Day Fiance Before the 90 Days, Season 3, Episode 1, which was aired, on Sunday. And we kicked off this season with 5 main characters. There are more, but we kicked off this episode 1 with five Americans. First one was Rebecca. She's a 47-year-old private investigator from Georgia who is dating. Okay, let me just go through the list of persons. Then I'll just do it in order of how they appeared. Then we had Avery, 19, from Columbus, Ohio. Yeah. And then the next person we had was Caesar. He is 47 years old. No, 46, I believe. 46-year-old. Let me just check. Yeah, he's 46 years old. And, yeah, he's from Jacksonville, North Carolina. And then the next person who came up was Darcy. And we know Darcy from previous season. Yeah, she's kind of earned a name for herself. So Darcy is 44 years old. And then after Darcy, they showed Timothy. He is a 38-year-old. Now let's start off with Rebecca. Rebecca is a private investigator. And she mostly investigates cheating, relationship investigation. She works with a small investigative firm. And yeah, so we start off with her telling us a bit about how she met her boyfriend, or soon to be fiance. He is from Tunisia, yeah, and he is actually, let me make a note, he's actually 26-year-old Zayed from Tunisia. And she started telling us how she met him, that she was basically on Facebook and he came up on her recommendation list, and she was like, he's cute. Yeah, and then so she sent him a friend request, and I'm like, okay, interesting. And then they started chatting, and he's like, I'm 26 years old, and she's like, oh, I'm 46. Yeah, apparently we can't date. And he's like, that's fine. I was like, oh, great. Yeah, so they started talking, and he's the love of her life, guys. She's going to Tunisia in a couple days to meet him in person. They've been doing a lot of videoing and communicating by text and by chat. And they've been doing some videoing. And then she says, oh, I'm a bit anxious about meeting Zayed because every time I send him messages, they're always filtered. And guys, you should see the filtered pictures. I mean, I'm not sure she even looked that way when she was in her 20s. And I'm like, that's so not necessary. You know what I mean? Be yourself. I mean, if you're trying to meet somebody, what's the point of hiding and saying, okay, I'm so much more attractive, or I'm so much more younger? And then when you meet, guys, I don't get that. I'm a strong believer that if you're dating, you need to show your true self, yeah? Especially if you want something to work. I don't get it, but that's the situation. And then we skip to the next scene where she's meeting with her daughter and her daughter's husband, and she's telling them about the trip, and that she's a bit anxious, and the daughter was like, Mom, I'm also quite anxious, yeah, naturally, because you're going to another country to meet somebody, and you don't really know this guy. And then, we found out about the fact that she's had a similar experience before, that, she got hurt. Oh, no, sorry, guys. Skipping ahead. I think the next scene was when she was with her friend or a co-worker in the car, who's also an investigator. And that's when we discovered more about Rebecca, yeah? There's a whole lot more to Rebecca. Rebecca has been married 3 times before. And the first two guys were Americans, and then the third guy was a guy from Morocco, I believe it was. Yeah. And he was also like in his 20s, and she was 40 something. So, you know, there's a trend here. And she brought him over to the US. Things were going well by communication at first. And they also met on Facebook. What's with all this meeting people on Facebook, guys? I mean, at the moment, if I scroll through my Facebook, there's so many people that I knew of in high school that we weren't necessarily friends. I knew of in high school that are in my friends list. And then you have some other random people, and they're still there, waiting to be accepted, or it's never going to happen. Because what's the point, you know? I'm communicating with people I know. That's my personal Facebook. So I don't get this whole thing about meeting random people on Facebook, you know? I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not against meeting your love interest on the internet. Yeah, this is the 21st century. It happens. But, yeah, it's just, for me, Facebook is not the place, you know, where I'm making friends. It's just the worst place to meet a prospective love interest. Anyways, so Rebecca is talking to her friend, and her friend is like, you know, what's the deal with this situation? Are you nervous? You know, I don't want to have to be picking up the pieces like the last time. And so she started telling us about her previous ex from Morocco, she brought him to the States. And then 3 months after, things just changed, yeah? And she got suspicious. She tracked his vehicle, put a GPS on his vehicle. And then they were showing at one point where she was like putting trackers on their vehicles and, you know, on the floor, putting trackers on their vehicles. And it was just so funny. And she's like, this is my favorite part of my job. You know, putting trackers on cars. And she found out that he was cheating. Okay, so you would think that, you know, my thing is, and you know, no judgments here, because I'm also I've also been married before. I'm on my second marriage. But the thing is, you tried your best to learn from the first situation, guys. It's like you're on your third divorce, and you're about to meet somebody else, and you're talking about being in love and being married, getting married, and all of these things so soon. It's like, when are we gonna learn? We have to do better as women. It's like, come on, 3 mistakes. What? 3 mistakes. What am I doing wrong? What do I need to fix with myself? Yeah. Obviously, there is some trend. It's not just the guys. 3 mistakes. Yeah. And based on what we're seeing so far, you know, it's like, okay, she's about to make another mistake. But you know what? No judgment. Let's see it flesh out, yeah? Because sometimes things turn around, yeah? Sometimes we eventually get it right by accident, because that's what it would be. Because if you're not intentionally trying to make things better and do better, then if something gets better, it's purely by accident in this case. Anyways, so we heard that story of, you know, of her ex-husband, who is, I guess, somewhere in the States, and they're separate. Oh, they're separated. They're still not divorced, which we found out in the next scene, yeah? So they showed us a little clip of them having, her and her boyfriend in Tunisia, having a little video chat, and she's preparing her lighting, you know. Hey, sis has better lighting than I do for my YouTube video. And she, you know, she says, you know, she prepares like for any other date, which, yeah, you know, I understand. You're fixing up, you want to look your best, yeah? And she's talking to Zayed, and Zayed sounds almost like a recording, because he just keeps saying the same thing, yeah? He's like, baby, I love you, yeah? You are mine. You are the one I love. Yeah. And it's just the same thing, keep repeating, and then she's like, he went on this whole thing of, I love you so much. You mean so much to me. I love you. And then she's like, this is amazing. This is why I love him. And I'm like, okay. Shake my head. Anyways, so she went to meet her daughter and her daughter's husband, and they had concerns, of course, you know, about this new relationship and her going to meet this guy, and based on her previous experiences. And she's like, guys, just trust me. I know he's a good guy. I've asked myself, based on what happened with my previous husband from Morocco. Is he telling me everything? Is there something he's hiding? But I believe in our relationship. I believe in love. Yeah. So it's all going to be fine. Yeah. And like blatantly ignoring what everybody has to say. And then in the next clip, the final clip, she talks about, okay, there's something that I need to tell Zayed that he doesn't know. Yeah, the big secret. She's still married, guys, to her ex from Morocco. And he doesn't know this. Zayed doesn't know this. And, she went on to say, in their country, it's frowned upon to date a married woman. It's not just his country. It happens a lot of places. And she starts talking about the fact that she's a jealous guy and he's going to, she starts crying. She doesn't know if this is going to be the end of the relationship when she tells him, which obviously she doesn't seem to plan on telling him before she leaves for Tunisia. She is going to be keeping that a secret. And she's going to the courts and she's getting things filed and everything. And, things happen in life. You get married, you're separated, and you're going through the process, and time flies, and sometimes you meet somebody else and you really want to pursue that relationship. But what about being open and honest? Like, I'm separated, I'm going through a divorce, it's not finalized. People need to know these things. People deserve to know these things. Your partner deserves to know these things. So it's not even about him being from Tunisia and his culture. It's just generally, it's about honesty. You're dating somebody, you're thinking of seriously pursuing a relationship and talking about marriage. You need to let them know that, hey, I am dating technically a married woman, but she's separated and she's going through the process. Yeah? So, guys, tell me what you think about that. Do you think that you should tell your partner that, okay, I'm still married, yeah, we've been separated, we're going through the process, we're no longer together, and this is what you're signing up for? Or do you think that, okay, it's fine to just keep it a secret because, hey, it's going to be finished anyways and it's not important? But yeah, next person is, I actually wrote down her name because for the life of me, I can't remember her. Avery. She's like a 19-year-old, and she puts a new spin on the word naive 19-year-old from Columbus, Ohio. And she was an all-American girl. Yeah, she lives with her mom and her stepfather and 5 siblings. And we start off with her telling us about her relationship. First, about her conversion. She's now a Muslim woman. She was in her full garb, her full coverings. She was shown doing her prayers, and then we got an introduction. She's grown up in a Christian environment all her life for 18 years, and she apparently never connected to Christianity. And she was at work and talking to a coworker who was telling her more about the Muslim faith, and this connected with her, and she decided, I want to pursue this religion. And so, coincidentally, she started going on a Muslim dating site, and she met this guy from Syria, yeah, who actually is now living in Lebanon. What's his name? Oh boy, I forgot his name right now. But yeah, she's dating this guy. She met him on a website, and she's actively pursuing her Muslim faith, dressing accordingly, covering her hair, being more modest, and this is like a big change from what she used to do, or what she used to be. She was like the all-American girl, very active in cheerleading, going to clubs, doing the whole thing. And so she's decided that she's going to be visiting him in Lebanon. Yeah? And 19-year-old girl decides she's going to be visiting her love interest that she met online in Lebanon. And yeah, apparently she's also engaged, but we'll come to that. So we cut to the scene where she's at her home around the table with her mom and her siblings, and you know, they're talking about the upcoming trip, which her mom is going to, or which her mom will be going with her on, because she's like, I'm not sending my 19-year-old daughter alone to a country, to a Muslim country, yeah. And yeah, they're on the table discussing it, and the mom is like, you know, this is still all new. It's like, you know, it's like just the other day, and her brother is chipping in like, yeah, it's just quite sudden. Yeah, it's just like the other day, oh, I'm Muslim. And, you know, the mom is like, yeah, it's just so sudden. And she's like, Mom, don't you want to learn a few words, you know, a few Arabic words? And the mom is like, babe, or darling, I'm American. You know, Americans don't speak other languages, or don't know other languages, or something like that. And, you know, so far I've been on her mom's side, but that one thing was just like, it kind of grinded me the wrong way. And I'm not even American. But if you're American watching this video, guys, tell me if when she said that, it was kind of like a shaking her head or eye roll moment. Because I was like, I'm offended, and I'm not even American. It's like saying, okay, I'm American. I'm not aware of other things. I don't try to speak other language. I'm not, you know, I'm not trying to be smart or trying to be knowledgeable about other things. And it to me, well, maybe I'm overreacting, but I'm just saying, as a person of Jamaican descent, if I was watching a show and a Jamaican say, I'm Jamaican, we don't speak other languages, it's like, what? I'd be like, shut the crap. Yeah, because I know Americans who speak other language, are more open to other cultures, and who are smart people, yeah, and are quite aware. So when she said that, it was like, come on, mommy, stop making Americans sound like dummies, yeah? And would it hurt you anyways? So you decided you're going to follow your daughter to another country, a Muslim country. Would it hurt to learn a few words, yeah, in the language that's being spoken? Yeah, like please, or thank you, or where can I find the embassy? Yeah, just in case anything happens, you know what I mean? You're just going in a situation blindly. You don't understand anything that's happening. You if somebody says a word, you don't understand it. I know it's just a trip and it's a short-term trip, but you know, it's like whatever. So yeah. Then later on, you know, she was discussing further the challenges. There is a challenge in her relationship where her fiance thinks that sometimes she's not that modest, you know. For her, she's being modest. And, you know, I think she's quite modestly dressed. And in fact, I think she's definitely rocking the whole hijab look, yeah. Because she has a beautiful face. And then when she does her hijab, and she has her little lipstick on, and she's like posing. It's like, yeah, she's got a face for a hijab, yeah. Anyways, so yeah, so you know, she was talking about that, and then the next scene cuts to her visiting her best friend since she was 10 years old, I think it was, or possibly younger. And she was visiting her best friend and her best friend's family, mom and dad. And she said that, you know, they went to church together as well, and her friend is now a minister. So, you know, they were having this discussion. And I thought the family was being quite open. Yeah? I mean, quite open. Granted, they're Christians, and yes, they, you know, they knew her growing up going to a Christian church, and I'm sure it's kind of like, okay, you came to church with us all this time, and then in just 1 year you decided to become a Muslim. Yeah, you weren't really pursuing Christianity that hard, you just visited, and then now you want to be a Muslim. But they were still quite open, and they were asking sensible questions like, hey, yeah, you're going to a Muslim country, do you know that the culture is quite different? Not only that, you are because she popped a bombshell, yeah. She's like, we're engaged to be married, which her mom is not. Apparently, her mom doesn't know all of this. We're engaged to be married, and when she goes there, she plans, as soon as she arrives in Lebanon, to get married and then move to go back with her husband to Syria and live, because she doesn't want to be apart from him while she's filing for his spousal visa or spousal permit in the States. And so, you know, the parents and her friend were kind of like shocked. It's like, and like looking at her like, you know, are you serious? Girl, you serious? Yeah? You are planning, everybody's trying to escape from Syria at this moment because it's a war-torn country. And you're planning on going there to live with a guy that you've met online and you've been talking to for some months now. And yeah, like, have you thought about this? And you know, parents are trying to speak sense into her, but you know what? There's nothing worse than a naive teenager. Yeah, I was one, and I'm sure most of you understand. There's nothing worse than a naive teenager who's set in their mind that they're going to do something regardless of what you say or whatever sense you're talking. And so she's like, yeah, it doesn't matter, guys, I'm going to do what I want to do. Yeah, I'm going there, and I'm going to get married to this guy because he's wonderful, and you know, I'm going to accept his way of life and everything, and then we're going to Syria. But don't tell my mom. Yeah, I haven't said anything to her yet. I'll tell her by myself, but don't tell my mom. I wonder when she's going to tell her mom. In Lebanon. Anyways, the next person that we saw was Caesar. Caesar is 46 years old, and he has met a beautiful Ukrainian woman who is 28 years old, Maria. He met her on Anastasia dating. Yeah. Now, guys, I don't know much about Anastasia personally because, well, according to Caesar, it's a website where American men can meet Russian women or you know, Ukrainian women, etc. Eastern European women, I'm guessing, right? But I have maybe heard once or twice something about Anastasia, about it being one of those scam sites. You know, it's a site for scamming. And I know anybody, if you do a quick Google on reviews, Anastasia dating, yeah, you will see most of the reviews are men talking about the fact that they're not even sure if they're dating a real woman or if it's a man behind a computer or what it is, yeah, and that they've been ripped off and this has happened, and so you can see for yourself, yeah. But just a quick search will show you that. But you know, I think Caesar is a special guy. First of all, guys, is it just me? But Caesar has the head of a, and I'm not trying to be offensive, yeah? Not, but Caesar has the head of what you call a little person. He has a little person's head, yeah? And then he also has the littlest hands, guys. Do you see his hands are so tiny? And then there's this my 400-pound life body. So, you know, with watching this whole thing with Caesar, this whole introduction about Caesar, I'm just wondering if there's a slight developmental problem. Yeah, I'm not being rude, but seriously, is something wrong with this guy? Yeah. So we're introduced to Caesar. Yeah. Even the way he's explaining his situation is just like, he's just so interesting to me, guys. He's one of those people where if like myself, you did some psychology, or you're interested in the field of psychology and how people behave, yeah, he's just one of those interesting characters that you just want to watch and study and like, okay, because you're trying to figure out, why do they think this way? How do they think this way? Yeah, what has been their life experience? You know, is everything functioning right? So Caesar is such an interesting character to me. Anyways, so he met this woman, yeah, this nice blonde, and he they start off in his apartment with him meditating. It was so comical. Anyways, so Caesar is like, yeah, she's the love of my life. I was out of a previous relationship, and I went on the dating site, and I saw this beautiful woman, and I messaged her. And the way the site is set up is that you send gifts, and in his case, he sent her flowers, or I think how it works is you on the site you request the flowers and the card. I don't think you actually get to request the flowers that you want to send, or maybe you do, but I'm pretty sure there's not there's not that much of a large range. So, and this costs $400. $400 a pop for flowers and a card. I think there's something missing here. I think what he meant to say was 400 maybe is a part of the membership on the site, because there's no way in hell it costs $400 for a bunch of flowers and a card. Yeah. So, anyways, Caesar says that she took a picture of the card and the flowers and sent him a message, and of course, she says so many nice things to him. Yeah. So she calls him my husband, my daddy, yeah, and all of these things. And then the funniest thing, he hopped on his bicycle, he's riding to work, and then the most surprising part is he's a nail technician. So this just adds to the whole Caesar character. He's just such an interesting person. The producer asks him, don't you when he says she says such nice things to him, yeah, they always talk, they're always messaging, and apparently they've videoed before, so she's a real person, or at least he's seen her on video, even though, guys, we know that there are ways to manipulate Skype or whatever, or at least I've heard about it, where you can actually manipulate Skype and show somebody else or whatever it is. But yes, let's just say she's actually a real person and she looks the way she does. So the producer is like, has she ever has she ever called your name? Because he's saying she says all these lovely things, and he's like, well, she says baby, she says baby and my husband. And the producer's like, okay, do you think she also calls other people that? He's like, well, I hope not. Okay. And the producer's like, okay, So yeah, Caesar is at his job. He's doing the nail of one of his regular clients. And, guys, I don't understand why I guess it's a part of the show. Maybe there's some pressure that, okay, if you're doing the show, you have to share your information. It's made for good TV and for conversation. But, like, why do I have to share what's happening in my private life and what's happening with my love life I know it's a nail salon and, these things happen. But why do I have to be sharing my life story with you? Yeah? Looking like an idiot? Yeah? Your client is like, but asking all the right questions. But have you met her though? But do you think that she's sending these things saying these things to other guys? Do you think she's talking to other men? And he's talking about the fact that, yeah, no, he trusts her. She's a lovely person, yeah. And then he's talking, he's talking, the woman is asking him, have you seen her yet? And he's like, no, I haven't been able to plan a trip recently because I'm a bit short on money, because I send her money every month. And the woman's like, oh, you do? And then he starts telling us that, okay, she's a receptionist. And when he said receptionist, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, okay, so she actually works for Anastasia website. She's one of the women who takes calls of all the men, and she speaks to, she's one of the main girls, yeah. So she's a receptionist because she has to be answering calls all day when the men call, yeah. The stupid men like him call, and they're like, hey baby, and it's like, so yes, that's her receptionist job, and she's not getting paid enough, so he sends her every month $800 US. It's classic Caesar. So you're sending $800 to a woman you've never actually met, yeah. You've met on the side, but guys, these things happen, yeah. We actually have people who do these things. So he goes on to say that from the time he's met her, he sent her over about $40,000, and I'm like, $40,000, $40,000 US. Seriously, something not right about that. That don't make no sense. Yeah, you've met this girl online, and you've been sending her $800 a month, and I guess maybe other expenses, which we found out later on. So everything adds up to $40,000. You know what $40,000 could do, you know what $40,000 could do for some people. You know what $40,000 could do for Caesar, who's obviously struggling. He's just going to work and living from paycheck to paycheck. 46-year-old man, yeah, and he's here funding a woman he's never met. $40,000 over the period of time he's known her. $800 per month, and I'm like, this is the height of smartness. It's the height of smartness for Maria, yeah. She is the boss at her trade, yeah. So anyways, he's at home counting coupons to buy eggs because he's short on money. And anyways, he calls her and he's like, okay babe, because he's planning to go to the Ukraine to meet her up. They've been talking about that prior, and he's like, yeah, you know, okay, I can't wait for a trip, so I'm about to book my flight, and I can't wait to see you and for us to walk around and meet your family and go to cafes and meet your friends. And she's like, nah babe, nah, you can't come to the Ukraine. He's like, why? He's like, the weather is not good, dude. It's really cold. It's not the the best time to come here, you know, because we won't be able to walk around and go to cafes, and you know, it won't be a really nice time because it's very cold, and you know, I live in a very cold country where it's cold most of the time, but somehow I'm not able to go around and function, you know, when you come and visit, yeah. I can do it at other times, yeah, because this is my life. I can do it all the times, but when you come to visit, I can't do it, yeah. Okay, that makes sense. So he's like, okay babe, he's like, let's meet in Mexico then, yeah. It's warmer in Mexico. We can go to Mexico. It will be so nice there and beautiful and everything. And he's like, babe, you know, things are, I'm kind of broke, yeah. But he didn't say that. He's like, things are a bit, you know, a bit tight right now, yeah. And Mexico sounds nice. And she's like, babe, but that's what it has to be in Mexico, because you can't come here. And you know, I want to be in a warm place. I want to be in your arms. You know, I want us to have a lovely time together. You know, I can really relax with you, and we'll have such a warm and wonderful time in Mexico, babe. And he's like, okay babe, I understand, yeah. I understand what you're saying, but you know, the thing is, it's gonna cost a lot of money for Mexico. I'm gonna have to come up with $6,000, and $2,000 is just for your plane ticket to go to Mexico. And at this point I'm like, okay, quick search, yeah. Quick search, what's the cost to travel from the Ukraine to Mexico? It ain't $2,000, guys. So maybe that $2,000 is for some other additional travel costs, but it ain't $2,000, yeah. And so we're looking at a range of like 800, yeah, depending on the time of year. you could get a little bit cheaper, but it's not gonna cost even 1,000, yeah, unless you're, I guess, flying first class or something possibly, but $2,000, nah, yeah. So he's like, I don't know, babe, but I'll try and figure it out. I'll try and, you know. So then we cut to him back at the office, back at work. He's talking to his boss, this Asian guy, and he's, you know, saying Mario doesn't want us to meet in the Ukraine again, you know, because it's just not, the weather isn't good and everything, and so, and I'm thinking, why? What is it with these people telling everybody their business? I know it's your boss, and you know, obviously he's going to his boss and asking for money, but like, does your boss have to know every single detail of what you're doing and how stupid you are and that you need the money to do something stupid? It baffles me, guys, yeah? It baffles me. But, you know, he tells his boss, and the boss is like, hey, man, you know, don't you think it's a bit strange? Like, wake up. What's happening? Wake up. Don't you think it's a bit strange that, you know, she wants to meet in Mexico? You've been borrowing money before, and now you can't keep coming to me for money. Yeah, because you're living from hand to mouth, because you're not managing your money properly, and you're sending $800 per month to somebody you don't even know, really. And now you want to borrow. I'm guessing you probably borrowed $6,000, or that's what he wants. You're borrowing money to go to Mexico. But then the boss eventually is like, you know, I guess TLC's here. Yeah, I'm on TV. And, you know, I'm not going to be the one to crash this idiot's dreams, yeah? So I'll give you the money this time, yeah? But guys, you know, I'm not the only one asking these questions. Your other co-workers, other people here are also asking these questions. And I'm like, so everybody knows Caesar is an idiot in his workplace. It's like, the man can't even get any respect. I mean, it's like, I'm working with this idiot. Gosh. So anyways, yeah, he got the money, and then he comes on next, and he's like, so I'm going to be sending, you know, I could have purchased the ticket for her, but I'm going to be sending her the money because I trust her, and because, you know, she knows how to do it, and she can purchase it herself, and blah blah. And, you know, right away, everybody in their homes, or wherever you are watching, or on your toilet, or in your kitchen, or at work, you're watching, and they're like, no, idiot, no, dummy, no, don't do it, So he sends her, I guess, $2,000, and yeah, and then he comes back on, he's calling her, and right away, yeah, because it's one thing when you know you're dealing with a sucker, yeah, and you know that he's not smart enough, and you're gonna run circles around him, and it's gonna keep working. So he calls, and she's like, not even hi. It's like, hey babe, did you not see the news? Yeah, it's like right away, defense. Did you not watch the news? Do you know what's happening? No babe, what's happening? I can't fly out of the Ukraine. I can't leave the president. Yeah, and then she kind of cut herself off there. But the government, the president, they're doing stupid things. Yeah, something about the Russian president as well. And so she can't fly out of the country. And he's like, babe, I don't understand. Why can't you fly out of the country? And she's like, because you need to watch the news. The government, you know, blah, blah. I didn't even get her explanation about what happened. It's just something about the government and there being a travel ban or something. And he's like, but babe, I don't understand. How does that affect? You should still be able to purchase your ticket. And she's like, you know, it's like, okay, when I don't have a good reason to give you or nothing that makes sense, but you're stupid enough, my best defense is turn it back on you. It's like, you're so, I mean, do you think this is America that everything goes a certain way? You're ignorant to what's happening in my country and blah, blah. And he's like, okay, right away, he's like, okay. I'm sorry, babe. Yeah, I'm stupid for asking that question. I should be more sensitive. Yeah. Okay, so you're unable to fly at all, and she's like, yeah, that's what I've been saying. Yeah. And he's like, okay, we'll work it out, babe. I promise. We'll work it out. We'll get you out of there. And she's like, yeah. He's like, I love you, babe. Did you? Do you still have the money though? Yeah. You still have the money? And she's like, yeah, I still have the money. Where? I still have the money, but you ain't getting it back. And the next time I'm planning to travel anywhere, or you're coming, you're not getting that back. You're gonna have to find new money. So it's like, I love you, babe. And she's like, I love you too. Bye. And so season 1 kicks off with Caesar, and this is just, sorry, season 3, episode 1 with Caesar, and this is just episode 1, yeah? Just episode 1. What more? What more do you want from me? What more is Caesar going to be doing? If in just episode 1, this is what we're seeing. Anyways, so we move on to Darcy, yeah? Darcy. Crazy Darcy. No, Darcy has earned this reputation from before, and I'm trying not to do the most obvious thing and call her crazy, yeah? Because it kind of goes well together. Crazy Darcy, yeah? It's like a good rhyme. And I'm rooting for Darcy, guys, because in previous seasons she has made a real ass of herself. She has embarrassed her children. She has made some women look like real punks, yeah? And so I'm rooting for Darcy to come around to do things better, you know? Do things better for the female race, yeah? Do things better for us, Darcy. We're rooting for you. So Darcy is 44, and then they start off with a recap of her and Jesse, her ex from Denmark. And so we got some little recap of their explosive, yeah, screaming sessions. And her crying, which she you know, it's like crying Darcy. That's the next thing. Crying crazy Darcy. And she's talking about how traumatic that was, and how she doesn't want to go through that again. And that, you know, she was faithful during the relationship, even though it was really hard. You know, it was a tough relationship. However, she still kept in touch with this friend that she knew from 4 years ago that she met on Facebook. Again, what's up with this Facebook thing? Yeah. She met on Facebook. And so he's from the UK. He's a Prince Charming. He's, what, 38 years old? His name is Tom. Yeah. He's like a debonair fashionista. He works in fashion. And he's a ladies' man, or, yeah. He's dated lots of beautiful women before. And he's been there for her in this really tough time when she was, you know, dating Jesse. And he was like a rock. And he provided so much support. And then when things broke off, you know, it's like finally, you know, he's the guy I was meant to be with, you know. Things happen because he's the guy I was meant to be with. He's, you know, he's so beautiful, yeah. I love his eyes. I love his smile. He's amazing, yeah. I think he's the one. I think he's the one, yeah. So, this is Darcy already. And after we did the quick recap with her and Jesse, she's meeting with her 2 daughters, teen daughters, at the bowling alley. And, you know, she's like, so guys, I'm planning a trip to the UK to meet Tom. Remember that guy I mentioned? You know? And the daughters is like, what do you think about it? Yeah? What do you guys think about this? I just want to know how you feel. And, you know, the older daughter looks at her sister and it's like, we're into this stupidness again. Her mom is into this foolishness again. Well, Mom, you know, I mean, you've said this guy, you've met this guy, and you know, based on what you said, he seems like an okay guy, and so, you know, it's fine if you see how things work, but you know, just be careful, just take it slow, and just you know, we don't want to see a repeat of what happened with Jesse, because he was like really horrible to you. He had so many bad things to say. I know, babies, I know, and I'm so sorry. I promise I won't ever put you guys in this situation again. I won't ever put myself in this situation. I promise. I'll do better. I've moved on from that, and now I know better, and you know, I'm really sorry. Girl, bye. So yeah, we move on. Saw a bit of Tom. He is a cutie. Yeah, he's a cutie pie. And they're showing us messages that they've exchanged together, and then she's prepping for her video chat with him. Yeah, and she's telling us what she normally does. But before that, you know, so they're exchanging, hi babe, hey, yeah, coming to see you. So then we skip to the next scene with her sister, her twin sister. And they're going to, you know, get their youth on. They're going to a special spa, rejuvenation place. Yeah. And she, you know, they're sitting there in their chairs, both sisters. And, you know, she's like, suck it in, Darcy. She's trying to get her Cardi B six-pack. Suck it in, Darcy. And, you know, they're doing this whole thing, contraption that I guess gives you abs in an hour. And she's getting her lip injections, yeah. And it's like, okay, I ain't mad at you, Darcy, yeah. Trying to look bomb. Trying to look younger. Trying to get thicker lips. Yeah. I love how this looks, yeah. I still look like myself. It's not too much. And her sister is over in the next seat. And again, guys, why they're talking about, you know, this, her going on the trip, and the sister's like, okay, yeah, how are you feeling? And it's like, I'm a bit nervous, yeah, but I'm excited. I can't wait to see him. I think he's gonna be the one this time. And the sister's like, the sister is looking, her twin sister, guys, is looking at Darcy like she damn crazy. And she's over there looking at her. It's like, you need to slow your roll. You need to slow down, yeah? Just slow down a bit. Don't do like the last time. Yeah? And she's like, no, I've learned from that. I've moved on. Can I say every clip Darcy's talking about Jesse? Every clip we're hearing about Jesse, it's like Jesse is in season 3. Jesse is in season 3, guys. Yeah? New season, new man, but Jesse is also in season 3. He's not going anywhere. Yeah? So she's there, sister looking at her crazy, and then, you know, the dermatologist or the aesthetician does what she does, and then they're giving her advice, and I'm like, okay, well, you know, at this point in Darcy's situation, there ain't nobody who doesn't know about her mess of a relationship in the previous season. So, you know, I can't even say, okay, you know, why is it that everybody knows your business? The whole America knows her business. The whole world who watches YouTube, TLC, or any version, or any older version of TLC shows that are showing in whatever country knows about Darcy. So, you know, and she's like, you know, just, you deserve better. Just, you know, do better this time. Yeah. Just, don't let anybody treat you like crap. And she's like, yeah, I won't. Yeah. I know I deserve better. I won't. And this guy is perfect. You know, he's like my Prince Charming, and he's so much better. He's such an improvement. It's like, okay, Darcy, yeah. So she's on the chat she's on video with her new boyfriend Tom, and they're talking, and yeah, it's like we're doing a recap again of her and Jesse, and even Tom was like, okay, bitch, shut up, stop talking about your ex, yeah. He's literally telling her, stop talking. We don't need to talk about him, yeah. It's in the past. You made your mistake. Now you're with me, and we don't need to talk about him. And Darcy's like, yeah, you're right, yeah. You're the best person for me, and you are like so much better than he was again. And he's like, it's not even it's not even what was the word? It's not even comparable. He's like, it's not even comparable. And I'm like, what? It's not even, we're not even comparative or comparable. What is he saying? I'm like, okay, he's from the UK. He's from, you know, the place that English was invented, right? So, but I don't know that word, and I do know a lot of English words, guys. So I'm like, what is that word? Is this like a new word that I didn't know about? You know, did I miss this word in school or in any interaction? Or did he mean to say it's not comparable, or we're not? It's yeah, it's okay. So that's a bit of a off the topic, but yeah. So yeah, he's like, you know, I know I'm a better guy. She's like, you're so handsome. I know. It's like, okay. Right away I'm getting red flags, yeah. It's like, okay. I mean, he so far he seems okay. He's a straight shooter, yeah. He says what he wants to say, says what he thinks. But then I'm like, okay, so far it seems like a older version of Jesse, yeah. It's the same. And I'm not even saying that Jesse was totally wrong anyways, yeah. Because I think that Darcy has issues, guys. And Darcy should have gotten some serious counseling before she even decided to date anybody else after that relationship. Yeah? Jesse was a bit of a mean guy, yeah? And he knew that he was dealing with a sucker and like one of those real better females who are just so needy and love me, please, or I'm gonna die. And he took advantage of that because, you know, it was just too easy. But Darcy has issues, guys, and she needs to get them sorted out. And she hasn't done that. And so, what happens when we don't sort through our previous issues? We repeat them. We make the same mistakes. So anyways, yeah. She's talking about, I can't wait to come and see you. What are we going to do when I get there? Are you going to come pick me up at the airport and everything? And he's like, no, actually, I wasn't planning on doing that. I'm going to send somebody to come and pick you up. It's like, okay, because, you know, I know you're going to be doing this long haul flight to the UK, and you're probably going to be traveling on a helicopter, and they don't have bathrooms, and yeah, or toilets or anything, and you won't be able to wash your face or tidy up or brush your teeth. And so I don't want to pick you up when you're coming off the plane with stinky breath and looking a mess, yeah. Or the helicopter with stinky breath and looking a mess, yeah? Because obviously this guy who is supposed to be a jet setter and who travels all over the place doesn't know that airplanes have bathrooms and that, you know, she can prep herself up and get her teeth cleaned and all of that. I ain't coming to pick you up. And that's really sad. I'm not coming to pick you up because I think you would like the opportunity to fix yourself up and brush your teeth, yeah, before you meet me, because I don't want to deal with that mess. And she's like, you know, and this is something that's supposed to be a red flag, yeah, but no, classic Darcy, it's like, you know what, you're right. Never thought about that. he's right, you know, because I had a previous experience where I was picked up at the airport, and I don't really want that to happen again, you know. It's actually better that I do get to go and settle in first and get my glam on and look the most beautiful and brush my teeth, yeah, because I wouldn't have been able to do that on the plane on the way, yeah. So next person is, what's his name again? Timothy. He's what, 38 years old, I think, yeah. He is, did I make a note of Timothy? Where is he from? He's from Charlotte, Carolina. And he's dating a Colombian, 28, how old? She's what, 20? He's dating this Colombian woman. She's what, 25 years old, yeah, Jennifer. And so Jennifer is a classic Colombian beauty, yeah, with a bit of work done. Beautiful, but with a bit of work done, yeah. And so he met her on, I believe it was a dating site for Latina women, because he likes Latina women. And yeah, he was saying he saw this beautiful woman, and yeah, he was like, wow, is she for real? And then they started talking, and you know, it flowed from there. You know, they had so much in common. It was just chemistry all over. And the thing he loves about her as well is that she has a daughter, and her daughter is really important to her, and he can understand because he also has a daughter. Yeah, he has a daughter that he takes care of with his ex-fiance, and it's her daughter, but he didn't officially adopt her, but yeah, he's taking care of her. They're co-parenting together. Okay. And then he's talking about the fact that, you know, they had a rough couple of years before, and now they're best friends because they were fighting over a lot of things, and about property and who gets what. And I'm like, okay, so you've been dating for about 8 years, engaged, but you weren't married. So I'm trying to figure out, okay, what state is that? Is it that okay when you're with a partner for 8 years, maybe common law, they have certain rights to properties, or did you guys like buy things together? Because it's sounding like they got married, but except they didn't. So anyways, so you know, we skip to him. He's going to meet his ex and her daughter, and they're at this yeah, gaming place, and you know, they're driving, and yeah, and you know, the producer asked the daughter, yeah, what do you know about this relationship? Well, you know, he's met somebody, and he's going to meet her, and yeah, she's in another country and everything. And what do you think about that? Well, to be honest, I think he's lost his ever-loving mind. From the mouth of a child, yeah, a 12-year-old, 12, I think she is, 12-year-old, saying that she thinks this man has lost his mind. Well, she says it best, yeah. She knows him, and of course, the ex, what's her name? The girlfriend from Colombia is Jennifer, and his ex-fiance is, I forgot her name. Oh, Veronica, yeah. And Veronica looks like she probably also had a little work done. And she's a typical territorial ex, yeah. She's talking about the fact that she doesn't trust Jennifer, yeah. She thinks that she's up to something and she wants something. And Veronica is right, because game recognizes game, yeah. And Veronica and Jennifer are the same kind of woman. But no, yeah. He says she's been causing problems in his previous relationships, yeah. And he's hoping that this time it doesn't happen, you know, there's no World War III, and, you know, things can work out. But we know that they're going to be having problems, yeah. because Jennifer knows and sees is gonna see what's happening, and Jennifer wants her piece of the pie as well. And Veronica is gonna try and gonna try and get in the middle of that. So we'll see. Yeah. By the way, guys, Timothy, he claims that his cockiness is just a way to hide his insecurities as a young child. Timothy, when I look at Timothy, you know what I see? I see a lesbian woman. Well, a lesbian is a woman. But I'm looking at Timothy and I'm like, this guy looks like a lesbian. He's in the gym, yeah. I'm going to see my girlfriend in Colombia soon, and you know, I'm trying to look good because she's perfect. She's everything. Yeah. And so I'm going to, and his arms are literally as skinny as mine. Yeah. I'm going to show her these guns, yeah. I'm gonna work these out so that I can meet her. And I'm like, okay, so you're going to meet her and you're just going to the gym like 2 days before or something, because you don't look like somebody who's gone to the gym, yeah? You look like a female. You look like a lesbian, Timothy. Get it together, yeah? But that's fine. I'm not hating on Timothy the lesbian. So that's it for the couples, guys, yeah? This season 3, episode 1 episode kicked off, I think, amazingly, yeah? I would give it on a scale of 1 to 4. All right, we're doing a bit of the Swiss the Swiss grading system, but on a scale of 1 to 5, I would give it a 5 as a start. I know, you know, that's a bit big, but it really kicked off to the start because we had a lot of questions, and you know, I think most of the couples kicked off with a 5. Timothy for me was kind of like a Timothy and the 19-year-old teen were kind of like on a 3 or 4, or you know, 4, 3 thereabout. But yeah, we're expecting more. And coming the next episode, I think that we're going to be seeing more couples one by one. Yeah, I'm not sure, but we're going to be seeing more couples. And from what I understand, oh my gosh, I forgot her name, but she's the one that is dating the Nigerian guy. Oh boy, Angela. We're going to be seeing Angela, guys. Angela is a hoot of fun, yeah. She's a crazy, crazy woman, but it's all in good fun, yeah. So we'll see the rest of what's coming up, and I'm looking forward to discussing it. Yeah, I'll try my best to remember the names more by next season, by next episode, and we'll discuss it more with you. And yeah, share your opinions below, guys. Yeah, what do you think? What did you think about my review? What did you think about the season? The season's first episode. If you've watched, did you watch some of the things I said? Yeah. Do you think? Or if you disagree, that's fine. You can also comment. Yeah. I'm gonna ask you guys, please give me a thumbs up, like, subscribe, and share this video with all the other weird people like us who like to watch other people's life on 90 Day Fiance and just be like, you know, I'm not perfect, but boy, I am not those people, yeah? Because, and yeah, maybe you are like those people and you can relate, you know, because some of us, we have messed up situations in our lives, yeah? But it's still good to watch. It's good TV. It's either you can relate to it, or at some point in your life you could have related to it, or, you know, you can see their point of view, or you just think they're totally nuts. But either way, we like to watch 90 Day Fiance. And I will continue to do a review, and it gets better, guys. Yeah, this is my first review. I'll get into the groove of it, and it gets better, and you know, yeah. So I'm looking forward to you guys joining me the next time, and yeah, I welcome your feedback. And keep tuned to my channel. I have other things coming up. Yeah. Thanks for watching. Cheers. Or bis später.